Yeah.
This is like we rode for annually by Cornell, Princeton, and Yale. Dedicated 1920.
Okay, the three locations are very unique in and of themselves. And the Cup is actually, when you look at the history of the Cup, it's actually pretty even. You know, it's not this like disproportionate of one team overly winning more than another team. There's absolutely been some streaks in there. For Princeton, the Carnegie Cup comes between the Harvard and Brown race. For Yale, it's the last race, and then they're done. And for Cornell, up until basically the last couple years, it was their last race.
Not biased when I say Princeton is the best of the three. Could be due to having been on the course every day for 4 years, but there was something that the coaches always prepared us for, going up to Cornell or Yale and being like, all right, you've got this turn. Make sure you're in the race so that by the time the turn comes, you're not just like out and gone. And
yeah, I think with us, like looking at the Carnegie Cup and like knowing, like, you know, at Cornell, you've got like, what is there, a tunnel, right? Like, and there's a turn, and I mean, it just, there's a bridge maybe, and
there's 3 bridges and 2 turns, and it does.
Yeah.
I've never heard it described that way, but it does feel like you're going through a tunnel.
For my 4 years, 2 of them we were home, and so of course 1 year we went to Cornell, and that did not go well for us at all. It was the first time we had a turn like that for the crew I was in, and it just caught us with our pants down. Luckily, the Yale race in 2013 went a lot better, and we got to be on the more beneficial end of that, and coming out of the turn, we sort of put the race behind us.
2 of the courses of the 3 have huge turns in them. So if you're starting ahead of a boat, but you know, I think in Yale it's like half a boat ahead, half a boat behind if you're in the middle. Because you're not racing one particular boat in Yale at the Yale course, it's really actually it's very confusing at first, because you have no idea where you're standing. And it's not till that turn comes out where you're like, okay, we have a lay of the land here, but the race could be over by then.
Right.
Always wanted to come back and do it at Princeton, where we felt it was like much fairer, quote unquote, race course, because it was straight.
So, Jack, for you, you know, I guess when we look at the 2011 Carnegie Cup, for you, it was the one win in the Cup, correct, for you?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, my freshman year at Princeton was the last year that we did the belly of the Carnegie, which was a race in the fall. Right around it was a race in the fall, right around fall break. But at the time, and what was like kind of the tradition, is that the Cornell guys would come down and stay with us in the dorms, and they would like bunk with us. And so I remember my freshman year getting to see all those guys again in the spring was interesting. We got to know them, which made the race even better. So, you know, by the time senior year came around, I knew a bunch of the guys at Cornell. And, you know, Yale came in and did their whole Yale thing.
On in this first varsity race, I'll still call Yale maybe a seat up. Princeton going on a move. You hear them shouting. See if it can't gain them a little bit of an edge. Back to level with Yale. Princeton's trying to move. Seat up. 2 seats now. Sharp move from Princeton. 3 seats. 750 meters in. Princeton 4 seats over Yale and Cornell.
And so like it definitely felt like a bit of a different race in that like we we really knew these guys a little bit better than, you know everybody, but you know the Cornell guys just a little bit better because they stayed with us. Yeah, it's in this block of like 3 or 4 races, which are like sort of the biggest races of your dual racing career, especially as a senior. You've just come out of Harvard. Now you've got Cornell and Yale, and next week you got Brown. Like when I was at Princeton, those were the top like 5 teams that sprints every year. And I do think it is a little different in your senior year. It's the first race where like you were you've already handed in your thesis. It's really hitting home that you've only got like 2 more weeks left of class. And this is like one of your last times to race with your teammates, especially when we get to race at home.